Unfortunately, it was fine. I'm happy you put the right thing this time. You're a good man after all. Give me a hug. Yeah, sorry for scolding you last time, but you really got on my nerves. I was testing some of your cells. I've learned so many things about you. I'm not gonna tell you now. Hello, my fellow mad scientists out there. Are you up for some crazy afternoon wacky science again? Have you ever wondered, whenever you watch the weather forecasts on TV, why people keep saying, air pressure, air pressure, air pressure? This puts me under so much pressure. Well, grab mom and dad and let's find out. Well, what is science? Goes without saying, science is art, science is music, science is life, and science is magic. Do you want to be a magician? Not any magician, a wacky magician? All right, let's do it.
All right, so let's make sure we have a juice glass, some water, some food dye, an index card, a dropper or a spoon or a food baster, and a tray.
Right, just like you, I can't wait to start. That's why I've already prepared some colored water using this tap water and this food colorant. Next, I'm grabbing my juice glass and the water that I prepared, and I'm going to pour all this water into this glass. You notice that this is larger than this because as I pour the water, I want it to overflow and have it reach the rim of the glass. So let's do it slowly and carefully. That's why I'm using this tray here. Right. Okay, no problem. Let it go, let it flow. Good. Next, I'm grabbing this cardboard and I'm landing it slowly and evenly on top, then pressing it evenly with my fingers. While I'm doing that firmly, I'm going to grab the glass and invert it. Okay? So, keeping this position, making sure it's all firm, and now watch what will happen as I remove my hand from under the board. I didn't use a glue, I didn't use a sticker or anything. It's magic, it's physics, it's science, and there we go. How was the first magic today? You up for a second one? Me too, but please be careful because this one is gonna involve some fire. Yeah, you've heard me right, fire. And I mean by that, fire.
This time around, make sure you've got a votive candle or a tea light candle, a dish or a container, some food colorant, a dropper, spoon or a food baster, a matchbox or a lighter, a glass, preferably a tall one, and some plasticine or Play-Doh.
Let's carry on, fellow magicians. This time, I'm going to start by preparing some colored water. You already know how to do it. Because of that, I've already made it for you. So I've got my colored water already. I've got my candle. What I'm gonna do is, I'm going to fix the candle to the plate with some plasticine. Just gently. All right, I'm gonna smudge it against the plate so that it's in place. Then I'm going to slowly pour the colored water around the candle. Make sure it doesn't overflow and touch the wick. So let's do it slowly. Right. I can keep going, can keep going, can keep going, cannot keep going. Now that's enough. Right, from what you see right here, I think you guess what I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna light the candle. Happy birthday. And here we go. I've got my juice glass and I'm going to directly invert it on top of the candle and just bring it all the way down. 3, 2, 1, watch what will happen. Whoa! I had an overflow. The water level has risen. How could that be possible? Well, with science, everything is possible. So, let's wait to see what did happen at the very end. Having fun so far? So are we. Well, to end it, we are going to explore what happens at our households. In particular, what happens when we flush the toilet? No, I'm not talking about the smell. Talking about the physics of it. What does air pressure have to do with that? We will have a beautiful demonstration to make you understand what goes on.
All right, this time around, make sure you've got your balloon ready with a plastic bottle, a plastic straw, water, and a food colorant, a small container, some plasticine or a Play-Doh, and a pair of scissors. And let's start.
All right, let's start with a safety note. We're going to grab the bottle and we need something sharp. I'm choosing some scissors, but please, whatever you choose, be very careful and make sure mom or dad are there to help you. Because we are going to use our sharp tool to open a small hole around here in our bottle. So I'm gonna start doing that. All you gotta do is make a poke and then start twirling it around until you make a circular opening. And that's what I'm gonna start doing right now. All right, job done. Next, I'm grabbing a straw and I'm gonna insert it carefully all the way down so that it takes this position. See? It's gone all the way down and it looks slanted and looks like a fountain hose. Good. Next thing is I'm going to prepare some water. You can use tap water or you can color it if you want. Then let's secure the straw with some plasticine or Play-Doh that you've got, just to make sure it doesn't move loosely when we do our actual experiment. So I'm going to secure it a little bit, neatly and gently with some plasticine to hold it in place. Perfect. Okay, next, I'm gonna get my water ready. You can choose to keep your tap water the way it is, or you can put some color if you would like to enjoy some coloring effects. So that's what I'm gonna do next. I've chosen green. I'm gonna stir it. My special Whacky green tea, not for drinking. Then I'm going to carefully pour this colored water into the bottle up to this height, so just below the hole where I inserted the straw. Let's do it slowly and carefully. Fantastic. Cool. Now, put certain things in position. I'm gonna place this jar here, right under the straw, and I'm gonna blow this balloon. So, got my balloon here, and there comes the last and most interesting step. I'm going to secure the balloon around the nozzle of my bottle and enjoy something interesting. All right, notice that I'm still holding the neck of the balloon Okay, now what you can do is, if you don't feel comfortable holding it with your hand, you can bring some kind of pegs and secure it, all right? But I'm comfortable this way. So everything is in position, make sure it's all clear, and look what will happen when I let go of the balloon. There you go. We've got our colorful fountain, green fountain. All right? We didn't use any kind of pump. We didn't push the water. How did that all happen? Stay tuned and you will know. All right. I can do better than him, right? Tell me about it. Well, the moment of truth has come again. What did happen? In the first experiment, I know you all expected the water to fall down when I inverted the glass, because the index card seems to be too weak to hold this volume of water. Well, here's what happened. Your expectation is correct, because we know there is a gravitational force trying to pull the water down. But larger than this force is another force applied upwards by the air pressure. So the air pressure applies on the index card, which applies upwards against the gravitational force and keeps the water trapped. But how did I secure that this force by the air pressure is larger? You notice how when I filled the glass, I made sure I filled it to the rim and I landed the index card very carefully? Because by doing that, I didn't allow any air pockets to exist at this interface. So I had the force at maximum. In this experiment, there is usually a misconception. People tend to think that the water level has risen because the fire has consumed most of the oxygen inside here. Well, this is kind of true, but the amount of oxygen consumed in this burning isn't too much. Then what caused this rise to happen? Basically, when this volume trapped by the glass was heated up, there was basically a space full of hot air. Hot air expands, and as it expands, it needs to escape. And you guessed it right, it had to escape all the way out of the glass. When it did, eventually, it left behind it cooler air. And cooler air now will contract and occupy a very small space. And that's when there is a conflict. Because inside the glass now, with only a little bit of cold air, there is a very low amount of pressure. But outside the glass, there is a higher pressure, which is air pressure that's now applied on us, applied on you as you watch me. So there has been an imbalance. And imbalance can't last long. There has to be some balancing or equalization. And that's when the air pressure outside the glass started pushing on the water level, causing it to rise inside the glass until it stopped. Why has it stopped eventually? Because that was the point when both pressures inside and outside the glass became equal again, the point of equalization. While here, before I put the balloon, the inflated balloon, there was only air pressure applied on this water and the inside of the straw as well. But when I inflated the balloon, put it here and let go, this mass of air applied an extra amount of pressure on top of the air pressure that was already applying on the water surface, causing it to sink all the way and escape through the straw and pour down in a fountainous motion. And this is exactly what happens when, for example, you flush the toilet. Think of this as the water that's in the toilet box. When you flip the handle, you are letting a huge amount of air to apply its pressure on that volume of water. So now this water feels that there's a lot of air pressure on top of me, but there is a lower air pressure below me. So that's my way out. And this is how the whole action happens. I hope that all made sense. All right, boys and girls, make sure you do this at home and have some fun and send me pictures to the hashtag below. Ask me questions, write me comments, and I'll see you next time. So long!